Okay, so as soon as you get into lane, I want you to start auto-attacking the minions. Not doing it. Not doing it. Remember what I told you? You want to push for level 2. So you get an advantage in lane. That's one of the easiest ways to get an advantage in lane. So you want to start autoing the minions whenever you want. And because your range and she's melee, imagine if you killed these 3 minions and you still have 5 minions right now, okay?
Yeah.
You can basically just stand right here and start autoing her, and there's nothing she can do. Because if she decides to trade with you, your minions are going to fuck her up. It's as simple as that. This is what we call having a minion advantage. However, you are getting pushed in, you see? You're letting her push, like, you're letting her walking up and autoing the minions for free. Like, you're melee, she's melee and you're ranged. And, you see, she can you just let her walk up and, like, autoing the minions like that. Look, look, look. Look what she's doing right now. You should be right here, autoing her ass. Her HP should be, like, right here right now.
Okay.
If you autoed her nonstop. Like, basically give her a choice. Either, you know, stay back and only farm with Q, right? Or, you know, go up, auto the minions, and then take a bunch of damage. You're basically letting her do this for free. That's not what you want to do. You never want to do that.
Okay.
Alright. You got a good Q off, but it doesn't matter. Remember, your Q takes mana, your auto attacks are free. When you're range versus the melee, that's a huge, huge advantage. You must be able to take advantage of it. And especially at level 1, when Katarina doesn't have her dash yet, you should be able to just literally like standing right on top of your minions and just autoing her ass non-stop, constantly.
Okay.
Alright. That's one mistake I saw you made. The other one is not pushing for level 2 first. If this Katarina was good, alright, she would have been like right here, and she's gonna to QW your ass right now. If this Katarina is good, but she's not.
I think she took Shempo second instead of her W.
Shempo, that's wrong.
I think.
You don't want to get Shempo second on Katarina. The reason is because
I remember correctly.
Yeah, she did take Shempo second. But what I'm trying to say is, you don't want to take Shempo second as Katarina. The reason is because you want to have W for the wave clear. Yeah. But she was against an Evelyn, so I guess it kind of makes sense because she wants to have her escape if she ever gets ganked. So I can understand that, but if I was with Katarina, I would have taken W.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, you got a charm on. Alright, so you gotta ignite for flash. That was okay. She doesn't have flash right now. You should be like playing so aggressive. Like, you should be literally right here, like autoing her, poking her with Q, her E, like everything. Especially when she just used her Shempo like that, you should be able to punish it. But you're playing too safe. Remember, calculated aggressiveness. You have a ward right here. Alright? What you want to do is you want to stand on the top side of the map and just like punish her non-stop for her not having her flash. Simple as that. And when she wastes her Shempo like that, go on her. Like right now. Just like go so aggressive. Punish mistakes like that. Well, obviously, first you have to recognize that it's a mistake.
Mhm.
So far nothing's happening. You see, like, she just shampoosing your face and you do nothing about it. See, now you're letting her push you in like that. Don't do it. Just constantly push the wave in nonstop. Like, but imagine this, alright? You're ranged, she's melee. If you have these
Mhm.
minions right here, alright?
Mhm.
If the Katarina wants to farm, she has to walk up and farm or use her Q, right?
Mhm.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Just poke her under tower nonstop. You're ranged. You have a ward right here. If you just stand here, you're fine. You still have your flash. Worst case scenario, you just flash away. But you know that Evelyn just killed the enemy jungler, alright? So you
Mhm.
know, like, there's no threat whatsoever. You should be, like, just pushing her under the tower right now. Just, like, poking her under her tower nonstop. Alright, moving on. Alright, she went back. Just push the lane, and then you go back. Oh, no, 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 no. What are you doing? You have no mana, you're not even level 6. I mean, 3-man gank him, that's okay. But you should have just went back, and then went back to mid. Look what's happening. Katarina is going to have, like, one wave for free. Oh, and then you just kill her. Okay. But yeah, she basically had, like, one wave for free.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just go mid. Go mid. Don't go bottom. Don't go bottom. Look at this. Like, by the time you get to bottom, right? Your
Mhm.
bottom lane already died. The fight is already over. They already backed off. You're achieving nothing right now. Instead, if you went mid, you could have denied carrying 2 waves. You could have pushed this way, you could have pushed the next wave, and you could have been hitting on this tower.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a classic mistake I see loyal people make. Especially junglers. Like, they're farming the jungle, right, and then they see, like, bottom lane fighting, and they run bottom, and then by the time they get to bottom, the fight is already over. And then he's, like, trying to 1v3, trying to defend the tower, and then he just gets tower dove. And then he loses the tower anyway. And all this time I told him, you know, you could have just went mid for the free farm for the free tower. All you had to do. So what you're doing right now is just wasting time. Okay. You're letting Katarina pushing in. That's not good. Oh, you got her. But you wasted a lot for her. Cause you missed her charm. It's pretty unfortunate. But I mean, you got her. That's the most important part. All right. Like right now, what you should be doing after having like a huge lead like this. Basically, just go mid, push the wave, and then either roam top or roam bottom with your jungler. No, don't go bottom. You already see that Katarina and the enemy jungler is bottom. What does this mean? That means if you are over here pushing the wave in, hitting the tower, there's no one that's gonna come and stop you. So this is free, basically. Alright? And remember what I told you earlier about the rank mentality and how you want to 1v5 solo carry? This is exactly what you want to do. Imagine, let's say you're the Varus right now, alright? You're so fed that the enemy team needs like 4 people to kill you. Alright? This is the kind of position that you want to be in, like this Varus right now. You want to be so fed, and you want to exert so much pressure that the whole enemy team has to come to stop you. And your team can just basically farm for free and push for free. Alright? You know, a lot of people, they ask me like, oh, I get like so fed, right? But I can't carry because my team, they always feed, right? Look at you right now. How can you feed if there's no one in your lane?
Yeah.
Right? And how can you achieve that? By pressuring the lane so hard that they need 4 people to kill you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alright. And now, right now, what you want to do is not go bottom, because look, your Evelyn's already there. Like, if they overcommit on this, like, they already got out, but if they overcommit on this, Evelyn can maybe pick up a kill or 2. What you should be doing is push the mid lane. Get damage on the mid tower.
Okay.
But instead you go bottom, you're probably gonna waste your time again. They're gonna achieve much. Unless the enemy team just like fucks up really, really hard. Okay. Okay, so right now, push the wave in. And then just hit the tower. Hit the tower. Hit the tower. What are you doing? You're playing so scared.
Rampage. Shut down.
Okay, what are you doing? All that for nothing. Alright, let's see. Okay, that's good. So you got bottom tower. Go back mid to prevent Cat from getting your tower. Push this wave in. Alright, then just go back and buy. Go back and buy. Go back and buy. Look at this. Look at how much gold you have. 2k. That's so much. Like, if you were to fight right now, that would be 2k gold worth of stats that you will not have. Does that make sense? So you want to go back.
How do you know when it's a convenient time to back, though? That's the thing. Because if you back,
when you push the wave in. See that? Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I told you this before. Right? When you go back, it's like when you're dead, right? So the enemy can have free time on your tower. However, if you have minion wave pushed into the enemy tower, it's gonna take them a while to push it back to your tower. So you have some time to go back. And by the time you get back to lane, the wave is gonna be pushing into your tower.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, like this only applies to laning phase. Like after laning phase, for example, right? Like going back, it just depends on like if you get low or whatever, or if you have enough gold for a big item, right? Or if you have nothing else, no other objectives to take. Like you already take mid inhib, you already take Baron. Then maybe it's a time to go back, reset, and then go try to push another lane or something.
Okay.
Okay, you got blue buff. Now you have to push another wave. See? Push this wave, and then just go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Now you have to push another wave, because your wave is not pushing. Push this wave, and then just go back, go back, go back, go back. Alright.
Should I have still gone back even though there was a fight, though?
Yeah. Alright, so the reason why, okay, is you should have went back a lot earlier, first of all. If you went back earlier, like, you didn't have to go back when there was a fight, okay? Second of all, when there was a fight, you still should have went back. Why? Because look at this. Your team was already winning. Your team was already winning, look. They didn't need you. And think about it this way, alright? Like, after you kill the enemy, what are you going to take? Like, what objective are you going to take? Remember? Like, when you kill the enemy, it's basically like you outnumbering the enemy opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what objectives are you going to take? You're going to take this tower.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then after that, what are you going to take? Nothing, right? You can't do anything else, right? And this tower is already low. You can basically take this tower whenever you want. Like, if your jungler comes or your ADC comes, you can take this tower whenever you want. And look at bottom lane. Like, your ADC should be going back right now and then heading straight to bottom to clear this wave in. To clear this wave, push this wave up to this tower, and then rotate mid again. This is what we call, like, resetting. It's the same thing for you. You should have just, like, pushed the wave in and then go back. And then if your ADC and your jungler wants to stay to take this tower, then they do it, you know? You don't do it. Why? Because you really have to back. Look at how much gold you have right now. Almost 3k. Like, this is overstaying, and, like, maybe this time it worked out for you, but, like, in one of those games, it's gonna bite you in the ass. And you're gonna lose lane because of this, because you didn't go back. It's a huge, huge mistake. Okay, so keep going. Now all you have to do is just push the lane. All you gotta do is push the lane, and just keep pushing. You see you have 3 dashes. You have your flash. That's basically 4 dashes, alright? What you should be doing is, like, drop a ward right here, or, like, right here, right? Yeah, do you have a ward here? No, you don't. But just, like, drop a ward right here, drop a ward here, and then literally standing right here, alright? Pressuring the mid lane. This is what we call pressuring the mid lane. And you're going to be like, okay, look, Aatrox, you gotta come mid, or else I'm going to slowly push down your tower. Like, bottom lane, you gotta come mid, or I'm going to slowly push down your tower. And even when they come for you, you can just dash away.
Okay.
That's what you should be doing right now. Like, there's nothing for you to take right now, and, like, you can't really kill Mundo, because he's a Mundo, he's really tanky. You can't really kill bottom lane, because, look, they're, like, pretty close to their tower, and your bottom lane is not even there. Alright? If their bottom lane was there, if your bottom lane was right here, then maybe you could have roamed bottom. But right now, what you should be doing is just push this wave in constantly, so this Katarina can't go anywhere, but stay under tower.
Okay.
Alright. Next wave. Just keep pushing it. You see, again, you're letting this Katarina get, like, free farm. You should be zoning her. You should be warding the jungle, like, right here, right here, right here. Okay, so, okay, a little tip about warding, okay? Like, when you're winning hard like this, you want to put down what we call aggressive wards. And aggressive wards is basically wards in the enemy jungle. And how can you ward the enemy jungle so you know, like, where the enemy jungler is, right? So you want to ward the jungle entrances. For example, this right here is a jungle entrance. This right here is a jungle entrance. So you want to drop a ward here, you want to drop a ward here, or here, alright?
Okay.
Jungle entrances. Or a word here, or like a word right here, so you can see a little bit about over here.
Okay.
It's the same thing on the other side, right here, and right here. These are jungle entrances. So you want to word these ones. These are the best words that you can have. For example, if you have a word right here, and you have a word right here, alright? Like, if the Aatrox decides to go farm his red buff or his braids, you will spot him 100%.
Okay.
Alright? And if you spot him 100%, you will know that he's bottom side. And what can you do? Oh, look, free tower. Provided that the Nasus is stronger than the Moondog. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Same concept, right? On the other side. If you're losing, or you just want to drop defensive wards, you want to protect your jungle entrance. Alright? And your jungle entrances, there are a couple of them. On the top side, there's this one. There's this one.
Okay.
And there's this one. Alright?
Okay.
So, to an extent, this one right here, you can put it here. It's basically like the same thing, because you're going to see him walk this way, right? So if he goes here, if you have a word here, you will spot him anyway, right? Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
With the same logic, a word here, or even a word here, it's going to cover this bush as well, because if they go over here and they go on that side, you will spot them. You will know that they enter your jungle. Does that make sense? Yeah. A word here is really pointless. Why? Because look, it's black right here. They can just sneak it. They can just sneak past you, right here, and then come behind you and gank you anyway. This is what I mean by saying, like, words give you false sense of security. Like, look at this word. This is so fucking useless. Like, why would you have a word right here? It's so useless. Like, who? Think about it this way. Do you really think that the enemy Vayne is gonna go over here right now?
No, she'd probably stay in his bot side jungle.
Yeah,
when
even if Vayne wanted to rotate mid, right? She would have not went through here.
No.
Does that make sense? So this word is literally useless. So why do you have a word here? Right? This is what I mean. Like, words, they give you a false sense of security, especially when you place shitty words like this. And low elo people, they always place shitty words. Always. All the time. Like, this word. What's the point of this word? Like, seriously, what's the point of this word? Does that make sense? Like, you can only place 3 words at a time on the map. You want to be efficient with it. Alright?
Yep.
So, you want to place them at the right places. And this is what I meant earlier by saying, you know, people, they waste a shit ton of money on words. And they place them in the most retarded places that achieves nothing and is just going to waste their gold, delay their build, and not going to give them any informations, and only going to give them a false sense of security. And this is exactly what you don't want to do. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Right now, what you want to do is just light up the enemy jungle. Either go for a pick in the enemy jungle because you have vision of them, or just push the mid lane so hard. Because right now, there's nothing this Katarina can do. You are 3-0-3. You have 3 dashes and another dash. Alright? With your flash. There's no way the Katarina and the Aatrox can kill you. Sorry about that. And you are ranged. She's melee. You should be literally pushing the wave so hard and denying her from pushing the wave back, right? Push it all the way to the tower and then just hitting this tower non-stop. But instead, you're just playing really, really passive. Look, alright, even if you're playing passive, it's fine, but look, you're just running around doing nothing. If you're playing passive, let's say you were farming this camp or something, or like farming this camp, or like going in for a ward or something, or like trying to go on bottom, That's fine, but instead you just stick around mid, you achieve nothing. So you try to go top. Like, I mean, going top is okay, but look, you're already top lane. Might as well just take this tower. She's going bottom. No, no. Don't. Don't go bottom. Your ADC's already... Wait. Your ADC's already dead. Like, don't go bottom. Push the lane. You know there's like 4 people bottom. Well, I mean, 1 person's dead. 3 people bottom and 1 person dead. Like, this tower is so free. There's no point for you to be there. Even if you kill them, what are you going to achieve? Are you going to take this tower? Probably not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why even bother going bottom when you can have free damage on the mid tower?
Shut down.
Again, you're running around doing nothing. You should be taking objectives. This is why you lose the game. It's because you're not going for objectives. And then you just stall to late game where Katarina, Sion, and Vayne and Mundo just become like so beasts. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the concept of map pressure, alright? So imagine if you just push the wave so hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the enemy team will be able to like walk on top of your turret and almost take your turret?
No.
No. You see? This is what I mean by map pressure. I tell this to every single student that I coach. I want to pressure the enemy so hard that they can only stand on their tower and farm the minions. This is why I say that wards are like pointless most of the time. Alright, I'm not saying that wards aren't important. They're important in the right moments, right cases.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you just pressure them so hard that they can only stay in their base, on their tower, you don't need wards because you know where they are. Right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is exactly what we want to do. You want to push the lane so hard that they can't even push it back. But instead, you're just running around mid doing nothing. And you just, like, basically, like, letting them farm back into the game. Because you're, look how far ahead you are. But you're just letting them farm back into the game. Like, Vayne, Katarina, Sion, and Mundo late game are really, really strong. Evelyn falls off really, really hard. Varus falls off really, really hard because he has no escape. The only person that's going to scale on your team is Nasus. But they have a Vayne, which basically just counters Nasus. So this is basically how he lost this game. Alright, look. You already took the inhibitor, alright? What you want to do right now, because the minions are going to push in by themselves for you. So it's basically like having a champion pressuring this lane right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
what you want to do right now is either go push another lane or just go for Baron. Because you know the enemy champion are going to be stuck under tower and killing the minions. See? Exactly what I said. You know that there's going to be at least one person going to be stuck here killing the minions. So you know that if you go Baron right now, it's going to be a 5v4. Even if the whole enemy team comes, it's going to be a 5v4. Could have taken this easily, for free. But, let's see what you do. You go top. What the hell? Why? Oh my god. What are you doing? The Baron is so free right now. You take Baron, and then you just go top and push it all the way down. It's GG after that. Okay, so you just keep getting picks off. I mean, the enemy. You just keep giving enemy team picks, and that's how they get back into the game. Like, their team scales really hard. What are you doing? Why are you even farming the dragon, man? Oh, that's not even good. Like, just go for Baron. What are you doing? You're just, like, sitting there doing nothing. Your whole team's, like, disorganized. They have no idea what to do. Oh my goodness. It's so painful to watch. You just like keep giving them free kills and they're just gonna keep farming up. Okay, so there's nothing much you can do now. Because Cat's just gonna kill everyone while like Mundo, Scion, and Aatrox are just gonna be unkillable. And Vayne's just gonna hit whoever's in front of her. Alright, so basically just to summarize this game. You had such a lead early. Alright? You had like 3 inhib. After this, all I had to do is go back. Alright, go back. And then go straight Baron. After you get Baron, alright? Nasus is gonna split push one lane with TP. And then you're gonna push 4-man push another lane. Mid lane's gonna push by itself because you have unpowered minions. Then, right? Either they're going to 5-man you top and stop you like that. Nasus is gonna get a free inhib, or they're going to like 2 or 3-man Nasus bottom, and then you can't have a team fight because you outnumber them top, and you get a free inhib that way. Either way, it's win-win. After you get 2 inhibs down, just go for a 3rd inhib and then just end the game like that. It's so easy, but instead, you just like stick around, you don't know what to do, you get picked off, you give them free kills, you let them farm back up, and then you just get all skilled. That's basically what happened this game. A little bit about your laning phase. You didn't play aggressive enough, should have been autoing her constantly because you're range and she's melee. Should have pushed for level 2. Once you had a huge lead, you should have been able to deny her farm. You should have been able to push under her tower and constantly harass her under tower. And another thing, once like the tower was gone in like mid lane, not mid lane, mid game, right? You hovered around a little bit, like achieving nothing, wasting time. You ran bottom a bit without achieving much, so you wasted time. You went top without achieving much, so you wasted time. All of that time, you could have been warding up the jungle, you could have been poking the Katarina on the tower, you could have been pressuring the mid lane. That's basically all I have to say about this game. Do you have any questions?
So if the enemy mid laner, if all right, let's say I'm mid and I see the Katarina walking behind Dragon. Just continue pushing mid, don't try to match the room.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
All right, I'm mid lane. Like I guess we'll say I'm in the middle of mid lane. I see that Katarina's missing and then there's a ward behind Dragon Pit and I
Uh-huh.
see her walking down towards bot side.
Yeah.
Do I continue to stay mid and push or do I try to match the room?
Okay, there are actually, okay, that's a good question. So, I think let me rephrase the question. All right. So, if you see your the enemy mid laner roaming, do you match the roam or do you push the lane? Okay. So that's a tricky question, and it depends on the champions that you're playing. All right. For example, if you're playing LeBlanc or someone with really high mobility, then maybe you want to go for to match the roam, or like try to trade kills bottom right.
Mm,
So for example, they kill your ADC and then you go back because they're low, you get like 2 kills or something, something like
okay.
that. But it always depends on if you on your judgment. So that only comes with experience, and you can only achieve that by playing a lot of games and knowing how much damage a champion can do and how fast you can get to bottom, etc., etc. However, most of the time, I would say that if you see the enemy mid laner like already bottom, right, not like over a ward, like heading towards bottom, like if you see them already bottom and like your bottom lane's already low and they'll probably die within like 5 seconds, there's basically no
Just
point
push
of you.
mid.
Yeah, exactly, because by the time you get to bottom, the fight would have been already over, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any other questions?
How do I know when to roam exactly?
Alright, when to roam.
Because
There's
I've had a lot of people roam on me, but then again, I normally get put into, I put myself into the position to play passively. So they normally have the chance to roam because I'm not pressuring them under tower.
exactly. So that's what you want to do to prevent a roam. Is so you push the lane really fast under the tower and you just constantly poke them so they're low. They can't even farm, let alone roaming. Make
Hmm.
sense?
Yeah.
It's the same concept, right? Like when to roam is when you push the wave up, so the enemy can't really like match your roam because they will be stuck on their tower farming, right?
Yeah.
Or if the enemy laner is like playing really passive, so you can't really kill him. So what you want to
Hmm.
do is just push the wave because he's playing passive, so he will let you push the wave in and then just go roam. But then again, you have to recognize when it's a good time to roam, like when you know that you're gonna get a kill, or when you know that you will get like a summer spell or something.
Okay.
And you also want to think about like your pathing. For example, if you're playing on this side, right, you want to
Hmm.
roam like you want to make sure this bush is not warded, this bush is not warded. There's a couple ways to roam. Like just go bottom, like down river like that, or go bottom through here to here like
Hmm.
that, or like go here and then go through here and then go through here like that.
Okay.
Either way is fine. Same thing with top, just like go through river or like go through this bush or like go through here and then go over here behind the tower and things like that.
Yeah.
All the pathways are fine. However, just knowing if theirs is not worth it, if knowing that you can get a kill bottom. If you see like for example your bottom wave is pushing into the tower and the enemy is pretty low, you can probably go bottom for a tower dive. Then yeah, it's probably a good idea to go bottom. So what you want to
Okay.
do is you want to push the wave in and then go bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No, for now that's it.
All right. So again, just to summarize, the ultimate goal of the game is to kill enemy nexus. In order to do that, you have to kill nexus towers, you have to kill the inhibitor, and the towers in front of that. In order to kill towers, you have to push the minion wave in. In order to prevent the enemy champion from preventing you to push the minion wave in, you have to either outtrade the enemy and poke them so they get low so they have to go back, or either just straight up kill them or outnumber them with your teammates. Alright?
Okay.
How to prevent your enemy from roaming, how to control the enemy so they are basically stuck on a tower, how to make sure that your teammates are not feeding is by pressuring the lane, pushing so hard that the enemy mid laner cannot do anything. The enemy jungler cannot do anything but to go mid and help his mid laner. Things like that.
Hmm.
What else? Try to rush for level 2 so you get an advantage in lane. If you're range versus melee, always try to auto attack them because it's free, and you want to auto attack the minions because it's free as well.
Okay.
The enemy champion, because he's melee, he can't really stop you from auto attacking because you're ranged, so you can push the wave easily. Make sense?
Yes.
When you're ahead, you want to either just like pressure lane so hard, right, and just like snowball so hard that the whole enemy squad has to come to stop you, and even then you can get away. So your team can just have free farm, free tower, things like that, right? Or word up the enemy jungle, go for picks inside the jungle, right? Like push the wave up and then just go into their jungle, like screw with their junglers, etc., etc. Or just group up, get an inhibitor, and then go for Baron, things like that. All right.
Okay.
How to close out games? It's basically just like pressure. Remember, like when you have, for example, your Nasus is really fed, he's pushing bottom, right? And if he's really fed, it basically means that he can either 1v2 or 1v3 even. Because if it's only one champion on the enemy team that comes to stop him, he's just going to kill him and then take the tower, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you have an inhibitor down, so you have inhibitor minions pushing. Right? It's basically like the same thing. You have one champion exerting pressure, and then you want to have the other champions like pressuring another lane on the other side of the map. So you want to like make the enemy team make a choice. Okay, do you want to go stop the Nasus, or do you want to go stop us and Nasus get free towers? That's basically what it means. All right. So when you have an inhibitor down, you have inhibitor minions pushing. You know that there's going to be at least one person who's going to be stuck in this lane pushing the minion wave, for sure. Then what you want to do is you want to pressure another lane, like somewhere else on the map or another objective, and then you just get that for free. Remember what I told you, right? One of the ways of winning a fight or winning the lane or like exerting pressure is by outnumbering the opponent. Alright? When you have an inhibitor down, it's basically like you have an extra champion pushing the wave in for you. When you have a fed person, it's basically like you have two champions pushing instead of one. And you can go somewhere else and outnumber the enemy opponent. That's how you want to do it. You want to go for objectives and pressure at the same, like pressure two lanes, or like just pressure so hard that the enemy can only defend one of the two objectives. You just want to keep taking objectives like that until eventually you win the game. Do you have any questions?
No, that makes sense.
Alright, so I guess that will be the end of this coaching session.
Okay.